We'll try that again. Good evening and welcome to the River-Backus commencement ceremony for the class of 2025. Will the class and the audience please be seated? Tonight we are gathered to recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of our graduating seniors. Before we begin, I believe it's important to acknowledge those who provided guidance and support along this journey. During my time at River-Backus, I've seen time and again that our community is never short on encouragement and care. So seniors, please take a moment and look to the audience, your family, your friends, your teachers, your coaches, your mentors, and show some appreciation by giving them a wave or a round of applause. Go ahead and do that, seniors. Take a look. Seniors, thank you for your commitment to PRB as students, as participants in extracurriculars, as active members of our community. Each of you have walked a similar path to reach this stage, but your stories and experiences and growth are uniquely your own. Over the last 13 years, you've learned to grow, succeed, stumble, and get back up again. These experiences have helped and developed more than just knowledge. They've built adaptability. You've learned to take feedback, even when it's hard, and to grow from it. You tried new ways when old plans didn't work and found strength in adjusting to change. These skills are something that will carry you very far. Let me be the first to officially congratulate you on earning your high school diploma. This is a milestone that will open up doors and create opportunities, no matter where you are in the next steps that it leads to. Your diploma is more than a certificate, it's a foundation. I believe education is a great equalizer, and with it, your futures are wide open. As I reflect upon the class of 2025, a few things stand out. This is a diverse and talented group. Each of you bring something very valuable to the table. And that's what collaboration is all about. You recognize your own strengths and lean on others to reach shared goals, whether in the classroom, on the field, on the stage, in group projects, or in just practicing, helping each other, sharing ideas, listening, and working as a team. You also communicate clearly and with purpose. PRB students don't just talk, they express themselves through speech, writing, and even body language. I've seen you use communication to teach, to explain, to encourage, and yes, sometimes to challenge. And just as importantly, you've learned to listen, and listen to other ideas, feelings, and perspectives. Another strength of this class is critical thinking. You've asked the right questions, explored different viewpoints, and stayed open-minded during your journey. You practice using facts and thoughtful analysis to make decisions, and you understand the ideas and solutions don't exist in a vacuum. They impact others. That's kind of the thinking that this world needs. And most importantly, I've seen integrity. You've done the right thing when no one is watching. You've taken responsibility for your actions, and you've treated each other with fairness and respect. These values are the foundation of character, and character will always matter, no matter what path you take. As I address you one last time with this, I'm going to leave you with three brief, important pieces of advice. Choose growth. Success is a choice. Adopt a growth mindset. Be willing to try new things, even if you're not instantly good at them. Growth comes from effort, persistence, and learning from failure. Set your goals with intention. Make them specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Struggling and overcoming challenges is not a sign of weakness, they are signs of growth. Continue to use feedback, even the tough kind, to grow. Keep trying new things and new ways of doing things when life gets difficult and throws you a curveball. And always be open to perspective. Number two, choose your attitude and your time, and choose your time wisely. Every day, you get to choose your attitude. You've heard me say this a lot. Choose it positively. It's contagious. It draws people in and will impact the future. You also get to choose how you use your time. something that's free but priceless. Use it well, dream big, set goals, and support those dreams, and pursue them with discipline and consistency. You've already proven you can do this. Your diploma is the result of steady work and taking consistency to level up with this discipline in the next chapter. And remember, you're not alone. Communicate with those around you, share ideas, ask for help when needed, collaborate with others that support you, and that will bring out your best. Control your work ethic, that's number 3. You can control how hard you work. In today's world, effort matters. One of the best ways to stand out is simply outwork the competition. Hard work does work. Success doesn't happen by accident. It comes from action, dedication, and from not giving up when it gets tough. And when you face decisions, small or life-changing, use critical thinking, ask questions, stay open, think deeply, then take action, knowing your choices will impact others. And finally, take action. You now have the tools. Don't let them sit unused. Failure will come, yes, but don't be afraid of it. It's often a sign you're pushing boundaries that will lead to the next breakthrough. Passion often grows out of those moments. So in closing, I want to say how proud I am of each of you. You've accomplished something significant, and the memories you've created here at River-Backus will stay here forever. Wherever life takes you, I hope you work hard, treat others well, and always be proud to be a PRB graduate. And yeah, one last time, work hard, do your best, and live up to your full potential. Go Tigers! At this time, we'd ask everyone please stand, remove all headgear, as our national anthem will be performed by our PRB band. Now please welcome PRB School Chair, Mr. Chris Cunningham.
Good evening, graduates, moms, dads, grandparents, and our individual support staff. We gather here on this remarkable occasion. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the journey that we've all been on with you together. And on behalf of the school board, I want to welcome all of you to the commencement. It fills us all with pride to be up here today and celebrate this milestone with you. Several years ago, we all sat where you are, feeling a mixture of excitement and trepidation on what might lay ahead. I can imagine some of you today are feeling the same way. As you embark on the next chapter, remember that success without honor is like an unseasoned dish. It may fill you up, but it won't be truly satisfying. At River-Backus, you've been introduced to fresh ideas every day. In the world beyond these walls, finding motivation to pursue new ideas independently can and will be challenging. While you may not always feel inspired, remember that you are creative thinkers, capable, and in generations that make solutions happen. Ideas throughout your lives will be exceedingly more than you can expect. Allow yourself to explore and play with concepts and take a key approach in problem solving, because we have a lot of problems that need to be solved. It is essential to acknowledge that we are not yet close to resolving all the challenges we face. I don't pretend that this group alone can make a perfect world, because perfect is a lofty idea, and one that we may not even be able to recognize when we encounter it. But while the perfection may be out of reach, making the world a better place is absolutely achievable with you all in it. First, focus on personal growth. Just because you're leaving today doesn't mean the growth stops, as that will lay the foundation for larger improvements. The diploma you will hold today is not just a piece of paper, it's a learner's permit for the journey of life ahead of you. You don't always have to be the smartest person in the room, but be willing to work harder than the others, and you can take it farther than you might imagine. Life will inevitably bring failures. It's part of being a human. If you choose to live consciously, you might miss out on what life has to offer. In that case, the greatest failure would be never to have truly lived at all. Life is not just about planning. Sometimes it requires us to break free from our comfort zones and embrace spontaneity. You may not always know where your path will lead, but that's okay. Embrace the journey, even if it feels uncertain. As I always finish my speech with some type of animal, tonight we considered the bumblebee. Scientifically, it should not be able to fly, yet it persistently buzzes from flower to flower, collecting the nectar. It doesn't know it should be able to fly, and it doesn't give up. Like the determined bumblebee, don't hold back. You may not realize how high you can soar until you try. Congratulations, class of 2025. We are so proud of you.
Now please welcome our PRB High School band, who will perform How to Train Your Dragon, arranged by Johnny Vincent. Our senior class welcome will be given by our valedictorian, Raina Hannikin, and salutatorian, Leela Richards. Come on up. Raina Hannikin, daughter of Chris and Tina Hannikin. Raina will be attending Minnesota State University, Mankato for dental hygiene. Ayla Richards, daughter of Craig and Barbara Richards. Ayla will be attending Bemidji State University for accounting. Take it away.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege for us to be before you today as River-Backus' class of 2025 valedictorian and salutatorian, which, let's be honest, means we are either the biggest tryhards or the best cheaters. We don't know. We are honored to be speaking here tonight. However, today is also about all of you sitting in front of us.
To the parents and guardians who have been with us through literally all of it, you are our biggest supporters through our education and our activities. To the siblings and best friends, thank you for being the reason we laugh, the reason we cry, and the reason we keep going. You ground us and lift us up at the same time. You made sure we never had to go through anything alone.
To our teachers and coaches who we could not be here without. Some of you taught us for a year, and some of you had us for several. All of you made an impact by believing in us, even when we didn't believe in ourselves. Our coaches brought us to section finals and state tournaments, and still made sure to remind us of our true goals past that. Thank you for your endless encouragement and love when we needed it the most.
And of course, to our fellow classmates, thank you for being a part of our strong community. We have accomplished many things deserving of this celebration. We've survived the pandemic and the Google Meets, mostly by playing among us. And now we have survived high school. We've laughed, we've struggled, we've grown, and most importantly, we've made it. Today is about celebrating our academic achievements, but today is also to reflect on our past and to think about future years to come.
Despite what people might think, we did actually listen and learn from our teachers, mostly life lessons that we will carry with us in our futures. In anything we do in life, we need to make sure to focus on getting 1% better every day. While experiencing things outside of our comfort zone, never call anything weird, it is just different and interesting. And finally, never choose to be a lamer when you can be a gamer.
When I think of PRB, I don't just think of a place. I think about what it stands for. P, for perseverance and passion. We are a class that can work through anything, and we care about everything we do. We've shown up, even when some of us slept through it anyway. We've kept trying, even when nothing seems to be going right, and when everything was hard.
R, for resilience, responsibility, and respect. We've pushed through a pandemic in our most formative years, through tough sports seasons and state tournaments and the seasons that ended too early, and especially through loss and grief. We've become a support system for one another that is built on respect and shared experiences.
B, for benevolence, bravery, and balance. Our school is kind and selfless. We give graciously and receive gratefully. We try new things, whether with abandon or with reluctance, we do it anyway. Our students also do many activities and balance everything with grace. To me, PRB isn't just this place. Here, we've stood in the face of our struggles, our anger, our pain, and we've made it here. In the process, we've experienced a lifetime's worth of lessons, of laughs, and most of all, memories. People are what make a place, and our memories keep it alive.
Memories are a major function of our minds. Memories from our teen years are our most momentous memories, and they define our lives going forward. Thank you, classmates, for being a major part in our lives. A lot of us have grown up together since preschool, and some of us became classmates in high school. Some of us knew Tina Hannikin was my mom, and some of us learned about that fact on a random collect trip. We've grown closer by having a giant sleepover at the Minnesota Zoo, or by chilling together in our favorite hangout spot, Gentry's classroom.
We stayed competitive against one another in everything since we were little. Track and field events where everyone won participation ribbons, dodgeball games in the wrestling room, cahoots and crypto hack in Hershey's class, and the rubber duck game in Gagne's gym class. As a class of 55, we are blessed to know each other better than most other schools would. As River-Backus students, we will always be a community.
As we are celebrating our achievements, we need to remember those who should have been here with us today. Kayla was a teammate to some, classmate to us, and a friend to all. Her absence is felt deeply, but today we honor her as she will be here celebrating with us. In many ways, she still is.
She was taken away too soon, but through her, we know to never take anything for granted and to live our life to the fullest. Join that club, try out for that team, or talk to that new student. You never know where a door leads until you open it, because sometimes the best doors are the ones we never expected to open. Thank you to those out there who have helped us to see those doors and to help us open them.
As stated in 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12, let no one have contempt for your youth, but set an example for those who believe, in speech, conduct, love, faith, and purity. We are an example of our next generation. Let no one underestimate you because of your age, and continue to lead through your actions and values. The world is looking for fresh perspectives, new ideas, and a renewed sense of hope. It's up to us to show that youth isn't a limitation, but a strength that drives us to create positive change.
As we stand on the edge of this new chapter, let us remember that today is not just the end of something, it's the beginning of everything. The memories we've made, the lessons we've learned, and the relationships we've built have shaped us into who we are. It is what we do next that will define who we become.
To our teachers, coaches, and mentors, thank you for your leadership, guidance, and for believing in our success. To my fellow classmates, start this new chapter with a passion for everything you do, kindness to everyone, and to stay true to yourself and your personal values. Here's to the memories we've made, the people we've become, and the futures we're about to create. Congratulations, Class of 2025. Thank you.
At this time, we'd like to recognize students that have earned the distinction of graduating with honors. Students graduating with honors have earned a cumulative grade point average between 3.6 and 3.7499 in their high school career. Those earning this distinction are wearing the single gold cord. This year we recognize Samuel Turner, Lyndon Gregory, we would also like to recognize students who are graduating with high honors. These students have earned a cumulative GPA between 3.75 and 4.0 in their high school career. These recipients are wearing double gold cords this evening. I will read all the names and then we can congratulate them all. Raina Hannikin, Ayla Richards, Kelsey Burgum, Skyland Cramp, Ruby Hamilton, Paige Strong. Give them a big hand. We would also like to recognize seniors that are members of the National Honor Society. These students are wearing the blue and gold cords with the NHS emblem. The National Honor Society is the nation's premier organization established to recognize outstanding high school students. Students inducted into this prestigious organization have demonstrated excellence in the following 4 areas: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. I'll read them all and then we can congratulate them. Kelsey Burgum, Raina Hannikin, Patience Rupert, Ruby Hamilton, Jasmine Munson, Ayla Richards, and Paige Strong. How about a big hand for them? We'd also like to recognize graduates that have chosen to join our armed forces. Minnesota National Guard, Lily Gordon, and Colby Walters. Thank you for your service. Now join me in welcoming the PRB High School Choir, who will be performing This Is Me, arranged by Mac Huff.
That would be.
Test, test. Thank you for your patience. I also want to highlight our school and community. An awards banquet was held on May 21st. Community members, civic organizations, private businesses, and the PRB Scholarship Committee joined school personnel to award members the class of 2025 generous scholarships to assist with their post-secondary endeavors. The total scholarship amount awarded added up to approximately $102,150. Thank you to everyone who was part of that process. How about a big round for those people? The class of 2025 have selected, for our faculty representation, has selected Mrs. Melanie Lindquist and Mr. Greg Gentry to provide tonight's faculty address. Please join me in welcoming them. Come on up.
Hello. How's everybody doing? Good? Okay. I'm Greg Gentry. If you don't know that, I've been lucky enough, or, depending on the day, unlucky enough, just kidding, to teach English here for 3 years now.
Good evening, I'm Melanie Lindquist, or as most people around here call me, Madame. I have been teaching French here at PRB for way more than 3 years, long enough that many of the graduates sitting here are the children of my former students. But Mr. Gentry and I are honored that the students asked us to speak tonight.
When I started writing this speech, the first thing I had to do was reread my speech from last year, because as you're going to quickly find out, I'm painfully unfunny. I just repeat the same 4 jokes over and over again. And I bring this up because I want you to keep track of how you feel listening to me speak for the next few minutes, and then imagine that like 700 times, and then also imagine being a teenager, because that's what your kids have been dealing with for the past 3 years. But luckily, my co-speaker is much better at this than I am. My point is, though, listening to me talk so much would suck. And I want to make that clear because, well, we as adults might compare the problems that we have to the problems that teenagers have and tell ourselves how much easier high school is. The truth is, that's not always true. School and life and work and sports and friendships and relationships and everything else get tough for all these kids. And, well, yeah, it certainly doesn't get any easier when you get older. It's easy to forget that it wasn't always easy when you were young, either.
I prefer to describe myself not as a French teacher, but as a teacher who happens to speak French. I say this because I believe that teachers have a responsibility to take care of the whole student. So yes, while I am secretly giddy that many of my students were so worried about losing their Duolingo streaks while they were on the music cruise, that they actually forked out the money for Wi-Fi, or recruited others to do their lessons for them while they were gone, I really want you all to know how much I care about you as a person. Mr. Gentry is right. Teenagers have a lot going on. They're experiencing loss and grief and stress and pressure and insecurity and loneliness. They're also experiencing pride and accomplishment and joy and teamwork and friendship and love. I have a quote on my desk that says, "There comes that mysterious meaning in life when someone acknowledges who we are and what we can be, igniting the circuits of our highest potential." I hope you all know that I see you, and I'm so excited to see who you're going to be. Each and every one of you is completely unique and valuable. Every one of you has something no one else has.
However, one of the things that you all have in common as a group is that you were my first students. You were the first kids I ever stood in front of, and in the same way, in the strange way that time moves, that first day of school 3 years ago seems like it was a million years ago, but also yesterday. And in the strange way that people change, you guys are all the exact same kids I ever sit in front of, and also completely different people. You're the same to me because I remember very well who you were once upon a time. And you're different because now I'm looking at the people you'll become. And for some of you, I wasn't too sure that I would be able to look at you on this day, since you like not coming to school or doing your work. I won't say any names, but I'm talking about Bailey.
I am one of the lucky teachers that gets to have some of you for 4 years in a row. But I am also lucky that I knew many of you before the day that you ever walked into French class. Some of you are my friends' children, and some of you are my own children's friends. I've known some of you since the day you were born. More than one of you has accidentally called me Mom instead of Madame. I echo Mr. Gentry's thoughts when I say I remember who you were. I can look at you and see you as the cute, funny little kids that you were, at the same time as I see the amazing young adults you have become. I will hold close to the many good memories I have of our time together. I have flown on a plane, walked through cathedrals, and gotten soaked at the bottom of a waterfall with some of you. I have cheered loud for you at your games and meets and clapped loud at your concerts and plays. I have played music with you and even directed some music with you. I have laughed a lot, but I have cried with you too. I will never forget these moments.
I wish I had the time to tell you a story about every one of the seniors because I'm pretty confident I could. Sadly though, not all of them are as wonderful or romantic as walking under waterfalls or through cathedrals. Most of mine are more like, hey, Matt and Talon, you want to stop being weird? Or shouldn't you all be somewhere right now? Like in the class you're trying to skip in my room? But now next year, I'm going to wish that they're in my room trying to skip. But my point is that at some point, you've all been awkward, you've all been unsure, you've all messed up, and you've all lashed out. Parents here know that a lot better than I do. But what's special about this group is that I've been all of those things with you, especially at the beginning. As a teacher, I grew a lot with you, and I grew a lot because of you too. When I had this group of sophomores, one kid, again, I'm not going to say names, it was Abby Gilbert, had the idea that everyone in her class should write each other apology letters. They're going to be mad at me for bringing it up and say it was stupid and useless, but I don't think that it was. They wrote each other notes and apologized in front of the whole class about things that they were really nervous and felt bad about. And that showed me what this group is capable of. It also speaks to the important lesson that I want this specific group to take with them into the world. Everyone makes mistakes, except me, of course, and it's important to own them and apologize. But just as, if not more important than that, it's really important to forgive. You all forgave me for being a new teacher with no idea what he was doing, and I forgive you for being loud in my room and screaming when you lose the games that you play on your phone. Again, I'm not going to say names. It was Grady, Isaac, and Evan. But for this group especially, which has been through loss and pain, I want you to always forgive, to let go of the things that hurt, and hold on to the things that matter most, which is each other.
I agree with Mr. Gentry that I wish we had time to tell a story about each of you. Mr. Gentry and I have classrooms right across the hall from each other, and I'm 100% sure that yes, we talked about each of you with each other at some point. Speaking of being across the hall, Grady, Isaac, and Evan, I also forgive you when I could hear you all the way from my room screaming when you lost the games you were playing on your phones. I can't really think of anything in my own classes that I need to forgive anyone for, but I sure did find out some different and interesting things about some of you. Someone in my class is definitely not attracted to the Lorax, and she also needs to take her hands out of her shirt so that she can hear. I also am not going to say any names, but it's Aaliyah Lewis. Okay, I'm totally going to say names. Grace Gravel thinks Wakanda and Rwanda are similar. Colby Walters shows his special affection for Jacob Johnson every day. We cannot inject Chris Lowe with penicillin bought online, and Sky Cramp knows her African countries really well, except the small fact that China isn't in Africa.
People ask me all the time, when are you going to have kids, why aren't you a dad, blah, blah, blah. And to that, I always said I have more important things to do, like watching a movie, hiding from society, and that I'm also not at all prepared to take care of another human. But there's also another, maybe more important answer. is that I already kind of feel like I do have kids, and I don't want to say names, but it's every single one of you.
Now, students, take a look around. Look at your friends and teachers. The chance is very great that there are people here tonight that you will never see again. Hard to imagine, I know, since you've been with some of these people since before you remember. But people's lives will take them on different paths, and many of those paths will not cross again. Graduates of the class of 2025, would you please stand, turn around, and take a look at who is here. Find your family, friends, and teachers, and smile, even if it's awkwardly. Give them a wave.
Family and friends of the graduates, some of you are already doing it, but go ahead and stand or just wave and look at your graduate. Pretend that you like them at least a little bit.
Graduates, this is your PRB community. These are your family and friends. This is your school.
This is a place you will always be welcome. Go out and be amazing, but please come back and see us.
We will all want to hear your stories. We miss you already. We believe in you.
Thank you, Joel. Mr. Chairman, PRB School Board, and Superintendent Clark, I certify that the students sitting before you this evening have met the requirements set forth by the state of Minnesota and the Pine River-Backus School District. I am pleased and honored to recommend them for graduation. First row of seniors, please stand. Now, as we do this, please hold your applause until the graduate pauses with her diploma in front of the podium for a picture.
Eli Samuel Abraham. Amadeus Corey Avis. Ariana Michelle Beckenbach. Evan Allen James Bonham. Kelsey K. Burgum. Cassidy Joe Bristow. Madison Christine Ann Burgoyne. Louise Catherine Charpentier.
Levi Marie Cobb. Bailey Ann Crimmins. Hayden Cole Descent. Jacob Allen Fenstermaker. Abigail Rose Gilbert. Connor Thomas Godfrey. Lily Lynn Gordon. Grace Madeline Gravel.
Lyndon Lead Gregory. Ruby May Hamilton. Raina Christine Hannigan. Emma Jean Hathaway. Paige Rochelle Holm. Jeffrey Allen Hopkins.
Addison Veronica Johnson. Jacob Bradley Johnson. Riley Jean Carp. Parker John Kelly. Heidi Diane Klein. Jesse James Kett.
Skyland Rain Cramp. Jaden Lamke. Aaliyah Janae Catherine Lewis. Christopher John Lowe. Dalton Lee Myers. Xander Lee Mickelson. Brady Lee Mongan. Jasmine Faith Munson.
Austin Lee Murdoch. Tate James Norman. Nicole Marie Peterson. Waylon Ryan Peterson. Samuel William Flupshot. Jeremiah Lloyd Reagan. McLean Douglas Reddick. Patience Rose Gruber. Ayla Grace Richards.
Rose Riley. David Joseph Rivers. Dominic Allen Sexton. Isaac Michael Smoody. Kaylee Sue Spade. Earl John Stockman. Paige Elise Favreau Strong. Paige Nicole Thompson. Samuel Isaac Turner. Miley Rain Tweeter. Talon Jack Villeneuve. Colby William Walters. Ella Jean Wheeler. Samantha Rose Wertz. Audrey Taylor Witt.
As we conclude our program, I ask that the audience remain seated until all graduates and their families seated in the floor chairs have time to exit the gym. There will be a reception line in the courtyard adjacent to the commons out here. It's a beautiful night. Audience members are invited to greet and congratulate your graduates at that time. Will the class of 2025 please rise and face the audience? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you for the final time the River-Backus High School class of 2025.